There's just a lot of effort by Jarrell Johnson right there.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see. Jarrell's one of the leaders of the team. He's the actual director of player personnel, so he's one of the guys that actually gets a chance to interact with a lot of the other players and actually bring them on and decide, hey, you guys we want you to be part of the team. So everybody knows him and everybody has a nice personal relationship with him. And, you know, as I got a chance to speak with him, he's a really nice young man. So here they go on the second down play. They're going to have 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 receiver at the top. Looks like Johnson's going to switch sides and go to the right side of Shuchuk in the shotgun formation. There's the snap. He's looking. He's scrambling. He's got to get out of the pocket. Got to get rid of it. He's going to take a sack. Another big loss there for the Chaos on a sack.
Mike, you said it. You got to get rid of the ball here. As we see Shuchuk get some pressure on the inside, rolls out to his left. And again, it's just you got to try to get rid of the ball right there. I understand you got to get your hips across to make that throw. Just a difficult position to be in, but he's, like you said, he's taken some very, very big sacks here.
In that situation, I don't care if you can't get your hips around. You're 10 yards from the sideline. Just kind of get it.
Kind of get rid of it, right?
But he didn't. So.
Yeah, it was unfortunately that he didn't. So he's going to take a big loss on that one. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 22. They're going to switch sides of the field, unfortunately. In the shotgun, 1 wide receiver to the near side, 3 to the top, running back to the left. He's looking to the right side, throws. Hit his receiver's hands. Number
That's Donnell
5,
Salas.
Donnell Salas. Salas just couldn't come down with that ball. That would have been huge if he was able to. Let's take a look at this replay.
And Suche takes it's a good throw. It's just right through Salas' hands there, maybe a little bit too far out in front, but Salas probably should have come down with that one, Mike.
Yeah, he probably should have. You'd have to expect it, but it hits your hands. That you should catch the ball. So unfortunately for the Chaos there, that's going to bring up a 4th down. Does look like they're going to bring out the special team. So Kozlowski's going to kick the ball away and give it back to the Thunder. And they're going to get the ball back with about 12 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. So that is a good punt. It's going to get high up in there. Oh, that touches a player for the Thunder. It does look like they corralled the ball.
The Chaos missed a big opportunity there, Mike.
They sure did, as that would have been a live ball. If the Chaos would have jumped on that, it would have been their ball right there. So let's take a look.
It looked like the Chaos were not ready, Mike, when the center snapped the ball there. And he hit him right in the helmet.
Yeah, a little weird.
Another lucky bounce for the Thunder.
Yeah, a little weird there on that one. Not quite sure what was going on, unfortunately. You just have to wonder what that player was thinking for the Thunder by not getting away from it. You know, you have to have your players tell you, hey, ball's coming, scatter, scatter.
Typically, there's a fire call or something of the sort where you're just supposed to turn around and run towards your sideline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they didn't do that, so they got lucky there that wasn't a turnover. So they're going to start this drive on the 34-yard line in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers. They're throwing a little bubble screen out to the left side here. They're going to get knocked out. Wide receivers going to get knocked out right about the 40-yard line. So it's going to be a gain of 6 yards. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Thunder.
And like John Cosgriff there drives them out at about the 40, like you said. And the Thunder are getting back towards that offense where it's the quick hitters, the screen passes, the swing passes. And right now they're having some success with that.
Yeah, so let's see if the defense for the Chaos can make that adjustment to come up and not allow them to take those little bubble screens and make big plays out of them. So here they go. The Thunder are 2 wide receivers on each side, a running back to the left of the quarterback. There's a snap. It's a low one. That's going to get eaten up by the defensive line. That looked like big number 49, Nick White.
Oh,
Go ahead, Adam.
No, you go ahead first.
Great penetration up front from Nick White. We've seen a couple of these instances where Nick White's flashed. Like this replay here, just takes his guy right off the ball, handoff, and gets right into the backfield and makes the play.
One of the reasons why the Thunder's bubble screens keep working so well is because the outside linebackers of the Chaos keep on walking up into the box. He did it on that play too. Now they got good penetration. They got a negative play out of it. But when your outside linebacker walks into the box away from the slot receiver, it just opens up the bubble screen.
Yeah, so they're taking advantage of what's been given to them, like Adam said. But again, a great play there by Nick White to disrupt that running play. So 3 wide receivers on the near side, 1 to the top. There's the snap. He's looking, quarterback's looking, he's getting wrapped up. He just gets rid of the ball, had a receiver in the area, so that's not going to be
That's
an
great.
intentional grounding. So take a look.
Mike, take a look at this. That's great penetration. Great rush off the edge. Number 53, like you said earlier. 53. Daniel DeBonnet with the play and the penetration there. He was almost in the grass there, Mike. Is there a grass call, Adam?
A
In the
grounding
grass?
call? I'm sorry, if he's in
Grasp.
no, there's not.
Okay.
It's just like the NFL. If you can get rid of it, get rid of it.
All right, so this is going to bring up a 4th down. So the Chaos did exactly what they needed to do on that drive. They stopped him. They're going to force a punt. So they've alternated punts here on these last 2 drives, have both of these teams. The Chaos return man is sitting right about the 20-yard line. And there's the punt. It's going to be fielded. No, the up man's not going to take it. He's going to let it bounce. So it is going to be fielded right about the 27, 26-yard line right there. So the Chaos are going to start the ball. The returner just didn't want the ball to continue to bounce because it would have taken a Thunder bounce. So he did a good idea there of just grabbing it and kind of falling down on the ball. As you can see there in the replay,
Former does a great job just securing it and making sure they don't lose any more yardage there.
yeah, because that ball was bouncing not the Chaos's way. So that was a smart idea there by Former to pick up the ball and not get any other yardage there on the back end of that punt. So they're going to start this drive here on the 27-yard line. They need to get their offense going, Sean.
Yeah, Mike, they definitely do. They need to get something going. They had some good offensive rhythm, a few minutes ago, last couple possessions. So let's see what Suchuk and the Chaos could do here.
Sure, so they've got, well, there's the referees are
Another
coming in. It
timeout.
looks like there's going to be a timeout for the Thunder.
Wine aficionados will experience 10 one-ounce tastes of wine from a vast selection of over 80 different varieties of wine. There will also be craft beers to sample. The fest will feature live music from Trace Moustache and food from some of the local area restaurants. The Lyle Wine Extravaganza will be on June 18th, 2016, 4 to 8 p.m. at Museums Lyle Station Park. For more information, please visit www.lylechamber.com.
Thank you for that, Sean. Sean, I heard that it's time to get rugged, so please make sure to use the promo code CHAOS to get $10 off your next Rugged Maniac. So we've got some great sponsors here. T's Sandwich Shack, who's always here for every Chaos game. You could definitely go over there and grab a sandwich while you come here and watch the game. They've got some great stuff down there. Up Fitness, they're all over the place. Actually, Toker Flags, each one of Toker Flags, if you go to tokerflags.com, a portion of the proceeds actually goes to the Chaos. So definitely take a look at that. So here we go with this play. They're in the shotgun. Suchuk's looking to the right side, setting up a screen. There's the screen. Catches by the receiver. He's making some moves. Going to get up right at the 31-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 4 yards. So what do you think of that play, Sean?
They do a good job initially of setting up the screen. The Thunder do a good job of reacting to it and making a play underneath.
It's only a 4 or 5 yard gain, and you might think that's a lot of work to do just for 4 or 5 yards, but what that puts in the defensive lineman's head is we can't go upfield so far. It's just another way of making the defense think instead of just reacting.
Right, so they did a really good job, especially with the mixing up of plays there. They really haven't run too many screens today. So they did a good job there of confusing the defense and getting a positive yardage on a first down play. So here's the second down play. Again, 3 wide receivers up top, 1 to the near. There's a handoff to the running back. He's going to get that first down, fighting for a few extra yards. Going to be dragged down right at the 39-yard line.
Let's take a look. Offensive line just does a good job of creating a hole, a little crease, doesn't need much, and it gets a big gain out of it on the ground.
Yeah, so well done to move the sticks here. We've got 9 minutes and 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter in a tie game at 22-22. The Chicago Chaos against the Chicago Thunder. And we're coming into crunch time, Sean, so the Chaos really need to cash in on this drive, or at least milk the clock so they don't give the Thunder a lot of time to go. So 3 wide receivers at the top, 1 to the near side. They're going to throw down to the near side. He makes a move. He's going to get about 4 yards there. So a bunch of positive plays here, Sean, on first downs. That's exactly what you want to see to start on the downs.
Absolutely, Mike. It was here. Another just quick hitter, former outside. And number 7 on the defense makes a good play, but 4 yards, like Adam was saying, 4 yards, if we get 4 yards a pop, we're going to be good.
Hey, 4 yards. You take 4 yards, right, Adam?
7 to 8 short positive plays can demoralize the defense the same as a 40-yard pass can.
Especially with the time of possession right now, with 8 minutes left, you string out the time of possession, hold the ball.
Completely agree. The Chaos aren't in any rush to run any of these plays. They know what's at stake right now. If they can make this drive count and milk the clock, they're going to be sitting in a really good position. So here's the next play. Suchuk's rolling out of the pocket. It's going to be an incomplete pass through the hands of Brackman. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
That would have been a first down.
It
Mike,
sure would have.
That's an unusual drop for Brackman here. Looked like he should have had that one. Might have been a little bit low, but as we know, Brackman's catching radius is pretty large.
Yeah, and usually as a receiver or a running back, if that ball hits your hands, you got to haul that in. So unfortunately for the Chaos, he couldn't bring that ball in, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. If they get a little bit, I'm not sure if they'll go for it on 4th down with the situation. So they've really got to convert this 3rd down here. So 1 wide receiver to the near side, 3 set up at the top, a running back to the left of Suchuk in the shotgun. And there's the snap. He's looking to the right, throwing to the right, got a man. Oh, it's tipped and intercepted by the Thunder, running up the right sideline, cutting back.
No.
He's going to be into the end zone. That's going to be a pick 6. The Thunder are going to take a 30-22 lead here on a tip ball and a pick 6.
Another tip ball, Mike. How many of those have we seen today?
Too many today,
It
Sean.
may have been a tip, but it was also a poor read. He threw it into a coverage. I'm not going to.
Here we go with the replay.
Yeah.
41 does a really good job getting hands on it, and like Adam said, it was threw it into coverage, and that's the unfortunate part. And pick 6 for the Thunder.
Yeah, you have to wonder why the Chaos continue to put 2 receivers into that same small little area and then throw over there.
The concept, Mike, is what you have is you want to run a slant on the inside, out on the outside, and separate those 2 defenders. Basically putting on two defenders on one of those guys so you get one wide open. Now what I've seen from Suchuk, he's letting the ball go a little bit too soon. So both those guys are right, like you said, right at the same spot on the field. He's got to give those guys opportunity to make some separation.
Right, well, there's also a possibility that and I didn't get a chance to see this, but if the defensive line is really bearing in on him, he's got to make a quick throw. And there's a possibility that they could have been forcing his hand there.
I think the last play he had some time.
Yeah.
He had enough time to survey it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see that there.
Remember all those hits he was taking in the third quarter? That sped up his clock. He thought that somebody was coming.
So the extra point's good there.
No good. No good, Mike.
The extra point is no good.
Or no good.
And it makes you wonder about the small plays that influence a game. Brockman makes that catch on the 50. All of a sudden, maybe they're running the ball. Maybe they're running another quick screen. 3rd and long, they have to kind of force it. And
as we see that pick 6 again here. Just a bad read, like we said, and pick 6 for the Thunder.
Yeah. Well, special thank you to the Lyle Veterans Memorial. Their goal is to construct a memorial that honors our veterans while at the same time provides civic pride. The memorial is to honor veterans that have served or are currently serving in any of the 5 branches of the military. This includes the Army, Navy, Marines, U.S. Air Force, and U.S. Coast Guard. So unfortunately for the Chaos there, with that pick 6, it puts them in a not so good position here towards the end of the game. There's 8 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. They're down 6, but the good part about that is that the Thunder missed that extra point shot. How large does that loom?
It may loom very large, Mike. Unfortunately, right now the Chaos have been playing great. Unfortunately, they just got that one bad play. Now they're trailing. It's a big 8 minutes. I mean, it's a big difference going from 2-3 or 3-2. So it could make a huge difference in the season going forward for the Chaos.
Definitely. So you hate to have one play and kind of make or break your season, but in this situation, that might be the case for the Chaos. You need to have a good special teams play here. I mean, we've already seen some solid special teams from the Chaos. You'd have to think that they're not going to give Former an opportunity to return this, right, Sean?
I wouldn't, Mike. I mean, he's shown his special ability today as he does time and time again. And I don't think it's a good idea right here.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily squib it out of bounds, but I'd have a low line drive, make it so that they can't set up a return, and have the clock working against them. So here is the kickoff. Like I said, low line drive. That's going to be caught right about the 5-yard line with the return and backpedaling. He's going to come up the near side, makes a cut up. He's going to get right about to the 20-40-yard line. So that's where the Chaos are going to start their next drive. Having to go about 76 yards to even the score. So, Sean, on this drive, what do you think we're going to see from the Chaos?
Not sure, Mike. Like I said, they've had some success with holding the ball. Like we've said, 4 yards a pop, short throws, some draws. They're having some success. They just have to sustain the success that they've been given. So we'll see here. We'll see what Suchuk does. Let's hope he, his internal clock hasn't sped up even more from the last possession.
Well, with 8 minutes and 3 seconds, you have to figure that they can work this 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards. So if you're looking at 2, 3, 4 minutes, then maybe that theory wouldn't work as well. But they still have plenty of time here in the 4th quarter to work the clock a little bit and to move the ball in small chunks. So here we go. 2 wide receivers on each side, a running back to the right of Suchuk in the shotgun, and there's the snap. He's looking to the left side. There's a flag on the play. He throws. He's got a man. He's going to cut up to the middle, right about the 50-yard line. Well, let's wait and see what the flag is. Unfortunately, that flag looks in the vicinity of holding.
That's James Former.
It could ruin a really nice play. And remember, the 4 yards, 4 yards. He runs a 6-yard curl, brings the defense up. That's a really nice combo route right there.
I mean, it's going to be a holding call, Mike, unfortunately, on the Chaos.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted to see.
Maybe not.
To start
Wait,
the
maybe
drive.
not.
Oh, they're picking up the flag.
It's on the Thunder.
Oh, it's going to be on the it looks like it's going to be
Offset.
offsetting, and they're going to replay the down. So that play won't count.
There's been a lot of offsetting penalties today,
There's
Mike.
been a lot of penalties, period, today, Sean, unfortunately.
A lot of laundry out there.
Yeah, we've had some ejections in the game. We've had some costly penalties on each side, but this one, again, is going to hurt both sides. It's just hard to see what's going on sometimes in the scrum down there. And we couldn't up here. We can't really see too well as to what the referees saw to have those offsetting penalties. So here we go again on first down. 2 wide receivers on each side, a running back to the left of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's looking right. Now he's coming back left. He's throwing to the left side. That's a catch. It's going to be a first down. And he's still fighting for extra yardage there.
Who is that, Mike?
I believe that's Donnell Salas.
Yes, it is.
Do you know why? Do you know how I know that? James Former, 5'9". Donnell Salas, 6'4".
Little bit difference there in height, Mike.
A little bit. So that's why I knew that wasn't.
We're seeing a lot
Former
of
there.
Salas and Former as
But
of late.
you know what? That they're
So he's
starting to get some separation, so
We
that's
look
why
at the
they're going
replay
there.
here. Like he said, he gets some separation, gives Suchuk a target to throw at, and it's a good completion
And
for
a
a first down.
Big target, as Donnell Salas is sitting at 6'4", 180, so he is a large man. So again, 2 wide receivers on each side. There's going to be a running back to the right of Suchuk in the shotgun. Here's the snap. He's looking to the left, throwing to the left. He's throwing down the sideline over the head of Salas. He went to the well again, couldn't come up with it. A little tighter coverage there. There was a safety with over the top help. Sean, did you like that chance there?
I mean, it looked like Suchuk, as we take a look at the replay there, he knew what he was doing before the snap. He was just going to give it a little go, take a shot downfield, and the Thunder did a good job with 2 guys back there, not let him get by him.
So this is going to bring up the 2nd and 10 play from the 39-yard line of the Chaos. They've got 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 at the top with a running back to the right of Suchuk. In the shotgun, there's the snap. There's a handoff up the middle to the right side. He's cutting to the left. He's going to dive forward, get about 4 yards. So it's going to bring up a little bit more manageable 3rd down.
It's Jarrell Johnson again, Mike. And look at the shiftiness there. He makes a couple moves in the hole, gets a couple extra yards there on the run, gets him kind of to a more manageable 3rd down. It's going to be a long 3rd down. You're looking at most likely a pass here with 5:50 to go here in the 4th.
You'd have to think so with 3rd and 6, and you'd also have to think that you'd wonder if the coaches are setting up for a 4th down try if they can't convert it here on 3rd down. So here we go with this 3rd down play. 2 wide receivers on each side. Running back to the left of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's running. He looked like he was going to duck out. Throws to the right side. Completed pass. He's dancing around. Looks like he's going to backpedal.
Flag?
Oh, there's a flag.
Face
I wonder
mask.
what that is.
Horse
Is that going to
collar.
be
Face mask or
face
horse
mask or
collar?
horse collar?
Either one of the 2.
That's good because the wide receiver who it looked like that one was former. Let's see on the replay.
Definitely former. Oh, maybe not. Let's see number 41.
Nope, that's number 23, Deshaun Sutton.
Oh, they may have called it a horse collar. I'm not sure I like that call on.
Let's see what the referees have to say. They are convening over there on the sideline.
It is for the Chaos's benefit, though, so
it's
we're
going
to take it.
Of course
called
we're
horse
taking it. And this situation of the game, you better believe it. They did call a horse collar.
That's
Thank
a
you
big call.
very much, Michael Jaco, our PA announcer. So they're going to get that clock running. So it's going to be running here 5:15 left here in the 4th quarter. So the ball has been moved into Thunder territory, and the Chaos are looking to cash in on another penalty by the Thunder. So 2 wide receivers on each side again with a running back to the left of Suchuk, which looks to be Jarrell Johnson in the shotgun. There's the snap. Oh, looks like a little option read.
He's
There
got room,
goes
Mike.
Suchuk. Here he goes. He's going to put his head down, get about 8-9 yards on that 1st down carry. We haven't seen that play all day, Sean.
Exactly, Mike. As we take a look here, he just, number 19 on the defensive end, gets upfield too much. He cuts it back inside, and that's what we've been looking for, Mike. We've been looking for a nice big gain on the ground from Suchuk, and there it is.
Yeah, that different option look. As opposed to the read option, Adam, they actually went with a straight option.
Well, I've been wondering why they didn't do that a little earlier. With the stand-up outside defensive end, you can really isolate him and try to, make him make a decision. They might have gone away from it because of the amount of hits that Suchuk was taking, but now that we're at the end of the game, it's time to pull everything out of the bag.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's winning time, and they're pulling out all the stops here to try to get this game tied up and with a 2-point conversion or extra point to take the lead. So 2 wide receivers on each side. Running back to the left, Suchuk. He's dropping back, throws to the right side. That's going to be at the feet of his wide receiver, so that's going to be an incomplete pass there.
He didn't set his feet at all.
Exactly, Adam. Let's take a look here. And again, like you said, the hits may have taken a toll, but look, there's just not much on that throw. You got to step into it, and make that throw. I mean, the guy's wide open there. That's a big play on 2nd down right there for a 1st down. He had enough room.
And remember the drive before, the drop, the Brackman drop. Now you have a first down that's right in front of you, but it's not completed.
Mm-hmm.
So if something happens here, it didn't have to.
Right, exactly.
You got to take advantage of those opportunities.
They're leaving opportunities out in the field, which is unfortunate right now for the Chaos. So this is going to bring up the 3rd and 1 play. Again, 2 wide receivers on each side, a running back to the right of Suchuk in the shotgun. They are crowding the line. There's the snap. They're running that straight option once again to the right side. He pitches back to his running back. His running back's going to spin. He's going to lose yardage there.
I'm not sure I agree with the pitch there.
Yeah, I think Suchuk probably should have held on to that one.
I think the Thunder were ready for that one, Mike. They did a good job, like we've been talking about, stringing it out. Let's take a look here.
Just fall forward.
There's not much there either way. Now it's going to be 4th down. This is
So the Chaos are going to take a timeout here.
Wine aficionados will experience 10 one-ounce taste of wine from a vast selection of over 80 different varieties of wine. There will also be craft beers to sample. The fest will feature live music from Trace Moustache and food from some of the local area restaurants. The Lyle Wine Extravaganza will be on June 18, 2016, 4 to 8 p.m. at museums at Lyle Station Park. For more information, please visit www.lylechamber.com.
Thank you, Sean. And we want to talk about Toker flags because we've seen a lot of flags today, unfortunately. So if you go to tokerflags.com, if you buy an authentic flag from Toker Flags, a portion of that proceeds will actually go towards the Chaos. As we know, they're a nonprofit organization. So a lot of the players here, it's on their own dime to get out to games, to go out to travel and everything. So please, as a fan of the Chaos, go over to Toker Flags, purchase a authentic Toker flag, and you'll be always helping the Chaos here. So they're going to come out on this huge 4th down play. They really need to do something positive here, as the clock is not in their favor right now with 3:36 left in the 4th quarter. Sean, what do you expect to see here?
I'm not sure, Mike, but this may be the game right here. This is a huge play on 4th down. Your playbook's open. It's a short 4th down, so you could see a possible run option. You could see, a quick throw. You could see a bubble to Brackman, get him out on the outside, make a man miss. We'll see.
Yeah, I'd like to see Suchuk running outside and give him the option to do either one. So there it is. Again, 2 wide receivers. He's going to throw to the right side. He's got Brackman. There's a flag.
It's going to be holding on the defense, Mike. It's going to be a 1st down.
Regardless, because Brackman's going to make that 1st down. He's at the 29-yard line, getting pushed around.
Let's take a look. A lot of second effort there from Brackman to get that 1st down. Like I said, it's going to be holding on the defense.
All right. So regardless of the flag, the outcome of the play is going to result in a 1st down for the Chaos. So like you said, that play was absolutely enormous. They needed that. And you don't want to put one play on a season, but that was big time.
Mike, and we talked about the missed extra point on the Thunder side. It's coming down to it here where that might be the difference maker.
Exactly. But I hate to say it, occasionally they're not very confident in Kozlowski making even a short field goal like an extra point. So we'll see what they end up doing if they get into the end zone. So on this 1st down play, they're going to line up 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom, a running back to the right side of Suchuk. Oh, looks like he's going to do it again. That'll be 3 times today where he's drawn the defensive line, and specifically number 6.
Middle linebacker.
Suchuk has done a great job with the cadence out there today.
And it doesn't make any sense because he's standing there. It's not like he's walking up to the line and then running through like you see.
You're right over the ball.
Yeah, he's just standing, so I don't know.
I mean, all he's got to do is wait for the center to snap the ball.
Right.
I don't know what he's looking at, what he's listening to, but he's not playing very disciplined football because that's 3 penalties on the same player. So they've got 3 on the top wide receivers, 1 on the bottom. There's the shotgun. They're going to throw a fade. He's got a man. That's going to be a touchdown for the Chaos. Big time. That is a huge play right there.
Donnell
from
Salas,
Suchuk
Mike.
to Salas.
You could tell right when the ball was snapped that the ball was going there. He ran a little banana route to the inside and then took it to the corner of the end zone. A little bit of extended arms, but they'll let him get away with that.
Like what they did was just isolate Salas on the outside. They put 3 receivers, like you said, on the top of the screen. Just let him run a fade, put it up to him, like you said before. He's 6'4". Give him a chance to go up and get it, and that's exactly what Suchuk did.
Exactly, Sean. They're going to create mismatch by having a large wide receiving core. I mean, you have Brackman, who's also a large individual. I'm not exactly sure how tall he is, but he's got to be as large as as Sal is at 6'4". So let's see here. After they scored the touchdown, it does look like I said, I'm not quite sure.
They are
don't.
going
They
for two,
don't.
Mike.
Yeah, like I said, they don't have much faith in Kozlowski. So they're going to go for 2 here with 2.5 left in the fourth, and the score tied at 28 all. 2 wide receivers on each side, 1 running back in the backfield with Suchuk. He's going to take it.
got
That's
it.
going to push it in. There's a flag, though. Hold on, everybody. Let's see what's going to be called by the referees. So it looks like he's holding his hands, and that's a hold. That's going to be on the Chaos.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, that 2 points not going to count. So let's see what they end up doing here.
They're staying on the field, Mike.
Well, Kozlowski's right there in the middle. He's right at about the 45-yard line. It looked like he was potentially running in, but nope. It looks like they're going to keep him off the field. They're still going to go for the 2-point conversion. So with the game tied, they're going to still go for it. This is going to be a little bit more difficult. They're going to push him back 10 yards, but they're going to take a timeout. So, yes,
Yeah.
I believe it's a timeout for the Chaos. So, Lyle Wine Extravaganza, wine aficionados will experience 10 one-ounce tastes of wine from a vast selection of over 80 different varieties of wine. There will also be craft beers to sample. The fest will feature live music from Tres Mustache and food from some of the local area restaurants. The Lyle Wine Extravaganza will be on June 18th this year from 4 to 8 at museums at Lyle Station Park. For more information, please go to thelylechamber.com.
Mike, everyone likes wine.
They sure do. Why not?
Go enjoy some.
Yeah, let's have some. Let's see. I'm curious as to see what the Chaos are going to come out to do. With the tie game, they opted not to go for the kick, the easy points. Their next game, it looks like, will be next week against the Madison Wolves. That will be here again at Benedictine University, and then they're going to take on the Illinois Cowboys at Evergreen Park High School. And Evergreen Park High School is like their second home. They've got a great field over there, and it looks really nice. Adam?
They lost to the Wolves in week 1. They also played them in the championship last year, a really close championship. The Cowboys are 3-0 right now, and they have yet to give up a score on defense. So,
Really?
yeah,
So-
they've
Wow.
given up no points.
So we got
That's very
a
impressive.
couple real big games coming up here for the Chaos.
If they for playoff positioning and getting a home game in the playoffs, yes.
Oh, and looks like they're going to bring Kozlowski out here to attempt the extra point. It's going to be a little bit longer than a normal one as they had that holding call. So there's the snap. Here's the kick.
Oh.
It is blocked.
I don't think that ever got off the ground, Mike.
No, you know what? That's exactly why I think that they continue to go for 2 in all of these situations. They don't have very much faith in Kozlowski to make even those chip shot field goals. So it's unfortunate for the Chaos there as they couldn't take the lead on that touchdown. Their defense is going to have to come up big.
Mike, if you're Kozlowski, you got to get the ball in the air.
No, Adam, I haven't seen this before yet in a GFL game. What happens when they go to overtime?
The regulation of our game is NFL ruled. There's only a couple differences, as in like the low tackling, and you guys know those rules. When we go to overtime, we actually go to the college rules. Reason being is it eliminates the special teams, and we try to do player safety whenever possible. A good amount of injuries during the game happen during kickoffs and punts and things like that. Also, it's more exciting. You start the ball from the 25. You have 4 downs. If you get a first down, you can get another 4. If not, that's it. So it's a little bit more exciting for the fans as well.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for that clarification. I was always wondering, as I've done a few games, we haven't come to that situation, but we are close to that situation right now. So if we do see it, we will see alternating possessions by each team. Do they do, Adam, do you know if it goes 3, do they do the forced 2 points?
I believe is it after 3 or is it after 2? But yes, they will do the forced 2-point conversions.
Okay.
But based on what we've seen from both teams kicking, it doesn't seem like they'll be doing extra points anymore.
Yep, I'll have to agree with you on that one. I don't think either team is very comfortable with their kicking situation at all. So the Chaos are going to get ready here to kick
Mike,
off the ball.
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
but
you're fine, Sean.
I'm very intrigued to see this kickoff here. See, what his mental process is right now.
Yeah, you'd have to think that Kozlowski wants to just put it through the end zone, and there it goes. So he kicks it deep. Going to be fielded right about the 9-yard line, going up the middle on the left side. He's cutting up the middle, breaking the tackle, trying to get to that sideline. He's not going to. There's a
Another
flag being thrown. He's dancing still.
He's still on his
He's
feet.
losing yardage now. I'm not sure what he's doing.
Oh.
He's
Fumble!
Oh, there's
Chaos
a fumble.
have it.
The
Chaos
Chaos
have it.
have the ball. The Chaos have forced a fumble. What a huge play. Now we're going to have to wait and see what that flag was, though, to see if that fumble's going to stand up.
This will be a huge turn of events here, Mike.
It sure could, but let's wait for the officials to call that flag. The Chaos are celebrating as if they're going to get the ball back, but we're going to have to see what the officials call. They are pointing towards the Chaos side.
And this is where you have to wonder whether you want to congratulate your player for trying so hard and breaking so many tackles, or if you just want to tell him, look, at some point,
Just
when
get
you're
down.
corralled like that, just go down. That's a really fine line. You as a
Also,
coach.
they're going to keep the ball. The Chaos have taken the ball away from the Thunder, so they're going to have the ball on the cusp of the red zone is what it looks like. The referees pointed towards the Chaos like they had the ball.
It looks like they're calling him over to. And it is going to be chaos ball, Mike.
Wow, what a huge turn of events, Sean. Let's take a look at the replay and see who forced that fumble.
First and 10, Chaos.
It's like Adam said, at some point, if you're, the return man, you got to get down. I understand you want to make a big play, but to cost your team maybe a victory
Potentially, yes. I mean,
is catastrophic.
you love the extra effort, but in that situation, with the time running down, you kind of want to get down anyway.
Mike, right
He
here,
starts
if you're number
breaking-
7, you're surrounded, and you're going backwards here, and
Yeah. He starts breaking tackles
Well,
around
yeah,
the 30.
We'll come back to that in a second, but there's the first play from scrimmage right there. So that's going to be a tackle for loss. They're going to get what looks to be C.J. Young in the backfield. They're going to lose a couple, so it's going to be a timeout here. And there's looks like it's 2 minutes left to go here in the game.
For the Chaos from their own from the Thunder, 24-yard line.
Lyle Veterans Memorial. Special thank you to the Lyle Veterans Memorial. Their goal is to construct a memorial that honors our veterans while at the same time promotes civic pride. The memorial is to honor veterans that have served or are currently serving in any of the 5 branches of the military. This includes the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and the U.S. Coast Guard. Like Mike stated before, we'd like to thank all our veterans for all that you do.
Definitely. Very, very nice. And you see a lot of let's take a look back at the replay, Sean. What happened here on this fumble?
Like we said before, Mike, he's just running backwards. A lot of arm tackles, but right here, there's multiple guys ripping at it, Mike, and that's what you want to do. Number
Oh,
11.
that's number 11. Who is that? Let's
just
find
rips,
out.
No, Christian Grantham,
Oh,
Mike,
Grantham. You know what?
who
He's
went to the
Carthage
same college I
yes,
went to.
Yes, he did. And, usually we're calling out Grantham's name a lot. Unfortunately, this evening, we really haven't called his name, but he made a play for his team when he needed to.
When it counts, Mike.
Exactly. So that was a huge, huge turnover. The Chaos have 2 minutes here. They've got
Like
a
the
second
crowd
and
is
12.
going loud.
The crowd is getting really into this. They've got 2 wide receivers on each side. A running back to the right of Suchuk. He's looking down the field, throws back to the left. I don't know what he was thinking
I
there.
didn't see anyone there, Mike.
I think he might have been on the wrong page with
Yep.
one of his wide receivers, Sean.
Let's take a look here. Looks like he was looking for somebody in the inside on the inside route here, and he's just not. They're just not there.
Yeah. Either he was looking for Brackman maybe, and Brackman wasn't in the
It
right
looked like
spot.
the guy on the left might have rounded out his route. It looked like Suchuk was kind of looking for the in.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you look for blurs when there's a rush coming. You just kind of whip your head, and if you see the right color, moving in the right direction, you think you see an opening, you just throw it. He saw the guy coming up the middle, and he just wanted to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, exactly. He might have gotten a little scared, like he's been hit a bunch of
I wouldn't
times.
say he's scared, but I mean, he wants to make a play.
Well, right. The internal clock there, like
Right.
you said earlier, Adam, it has been sped up a little bit because he's
That's
been hit
another-
multiple times.
Another
Wait, hold on. Let's find out
Another hard
exactly
count,
what
Mike.
it is. It does look like the defensive lineman jumped, which caused the offensive lineman to move. So that should be
Yep.
a penalty on the Thunder. And all our penalties are sponsored by Toker Flags. Go to tokerflags.com. And like I said before, if you buy an authentic flag, a portion of the proceeds will go directly to your Chicago Chaos. So they are going to benefit from that. Again, that's 4. Am I correct, Sean?
at least 4, Mike.
I think that's 4. Right, Adam? I think that was 4 times.
Encroachments?
Yes.
That's at least 4.
At least 4.
Mike, this is sorry to interrupt. This is the first time I've seen this kind of life from the Chaos and the Chaos sideline right now. They are pumped.
Good. That's what they need. They see crunch time. A minute and 55 here left in the 4th. In a tie game, 28-28. They're in the red zone now. They've just crossed it. So here on that 3rd down play, they're going to look. He's going to look right. He's going to throw. He's got a man. He's going to be in for a touchdown. The Chaos are going to take a 6-point
Oh,
lead.
there's a flag, Mike.
Uh-oh,
Is that
I
gonna
did
be
not see
taunting?
that.
Was that
Is that going to be taunting?
taunting there?
It might be.
Stuck the ball out at him.
Either that or they're going to call him for a possible late hit, but it's one of the two.
Well, let's see what the referees
Now,
call
if it is
here.
a taunting,
The touchdown's
the
good.
touchdown stands.
It does look like
Yeah.
it is going to be a taunt on Brackman for scoring that touchdown. But the good news here is that the Chaos are going to get that 6 points.
Yeah.
The unfortunate part is that it looks like they're going to push them back
That's
15 yards for the
beautiful,
extra
yeah.
point try.
Beautiful back shoulder passer.
Yeah, we're going to see this right now. The replay, here it comes. Suchuk and Brackman, like you said, they're on the same page. Back shoulder, like Adam said, perfect back shoulder. The defender can't get his head around in time. Brackman's there for the touchdown.
Yeah, big play by Brackman and the quarterback, Suchuk. Well, it looks like they're going to accept the penalty on the kickoff, which is kind of head-scratching because that's going to force them to go for 2 with only 2 yards to go as opposed to going for it for 17. So here's the 2-point try. He's going to throw. It's going to be picked off. They're not going to get that 2-point
And now,
conversion.
and now you understand that because now they're going to get better field position, with 2 minutes to go to try to tie the game or take the lead.
Yeah, it does make sense when you put it that way, Sean. So the Thunder are going to get favorable field position here to start the end of this drive. We'd like to have a special thank you to the Lyle Veterans Memorial. Their goal is to construct a memorial that honors our veterans while at the same time promotes civic pride. Memorial is to honor veterans that have served or are currently serving any of the 5 branches of the military. This could be the Army, Navy, Marines, U.S. Air Force, and U.S. Coast Guard. So we definitely want to thank all of our veterans out there for doing the service and really helping our country along with that.
Right, veterans, and if you're still serving, we'd like to thank you. as
Oh,
well.
yeah, of course, of course. Got a couple vets in my family. My father actually fought in the Vietnam War, and my cousin actually was training to be a Navy SEAL.
There's not many of those, so
No.
if you're training to be a SEAL, you know you are pretty intelligent. You're a special human being.
Yeah, so thank you to everybody who has served.
Going back to the 2-point conversion, or not so much the conversion itself, but the penalty, regardless of whether or not they got it or not, you can see now where the Chaos are kicking from. It was the better decision
Right,
to do it from
Correct.
the kickoff.
Yes, definitely.
Because I don't think Kozlowski's going to get it past the 20 here. And the way they've been returning the ball, you're looking at it from the 40, 45 at
Yeah.
least, with just under 2 minutes. So
Right, that's going to give them a great field position, a minute 56 left
Looks like
here
they're
in the
creeping up a
4th.
little bit there in the back of the Thunder.
Yeah, both return men are hovering right around the 30-yard line.
Mike, I gotta ask you here. If you're Kozlowski, and I don't know how good of a directional kicker he is, but both guys are in the middle of the field, very close to each other. So if you can get it, if you could cough and corner here towards about the 30-yard line, make him go get it and get your special teams guys out there in the direction of where you're kicking, I think that might be a good decision here.
And that might actually be a good idea too, because if you get it past the 40 and it goes out of bounds, they get the ball on the 40.
Right.
So
Right.
that actually might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the worst thing to happen. So here we go with the kick. So he's going to kick it straight out. It's going to be fielded right from the 27-yard line. Returner is coming up past the 40. He's making a juke move. He's going to be stopped right there at the 43-yard line.
Good coverage.
So they're going to have 58
There's
yards.
More chirping going on. And if you're the KS, you got to get off the field. Don't give them any more penalties right here to make this an easier comeback right here.
Right, yeah, exactly. The penalties are going to be a big part of
Mike,
this
that's a
final
great
drive.
open field tackle right there.
Yeah, definitely. The special teams did a good job of limiting the return there after the penalty, because they could conceivably had it in their territory to start this drive. So good job by the Chaos special teams members of corralling the returner for the Thunder. So the Thunder are in a time crunch. They have 1 minute and 46 seconds left to try and even this game up with a touchdown and potentially take the lead with an extra point or a 2-point conversion. So let's see if the Chaos can come up big here on what could potentially be the last drive of the game.
Mike, we've seen some pretty big plays on the defensive end. A couple interceptions by Valenti, the strip by Grantham. Let's see if someone can come up big here.
So they're going to start with a stacked wide receiver to the near side, one on the up top, 2 wide receivers in the back. So they have extra wide protection. He's going deep.
That's a pick.
He's got a man.
Oh,
That's picked off by the Chaos, running down to the middle of the field. It looks like he's just going to, there it is.
And there it is, Mike.
That's exactly what
Guess
we
who?
wanted.
Guess who?
He got that down. That is going to be number 3 pick of the day by Mike Valenti.
What did I just say, Mike?
You are exactly right. That is exactly what we were looking for. What a huge game by Mike Valenti. Let's take a look here at the replay.
First of all, Valenti does a great job of staying behind his man, not letting his man get behind him for the deep throw. Again, it's one of those broken plays that the Thunder's had success with. Number 12, he goes up top, and like I said, Valenti's right there and just goes up and gets it.
Yeah, what a huge game by Valenti. I mean, you don't see.
You see him waving off.
Yeah.
He's waving to the Thunder. As
Yeah,
he's
you don't see a player very often have 3 picks, because typically after a pick or 2 even, they're not even going to throw to their side, correct, Sean? So to see 3 picks in one game, that's very impressive.
It's a hell of a game, Mike.
I always like to see how a team reacts when they're under 2 minutes. They have to drive a length of the field. It really shows the character not only of your players but also your coaches. And it's one of those things where going 10 yards at a time is a heck of a lot better than taking one shot and having the game fall.
And turning the ball over, exactly, Adam. Because in that situation, you have to be careful with the ball, and you still had time. The Thunder still had enough time to conceivably tie this game up, right, Sean?
Right, Mike. By no means was this a pretty victory. Up and down for both teams, but like we said, when it really counted, when it was time to, make a championship play, the Chaos did that today.
They sure did, and you could see that they have that championship pedigree. They know what they need to do towards the end of games to get the job done, and that's exactly what happened this evening. They did a really good job on crunch time. In the last 5 minutes of they were down, they came back, they tied the game, they created that turnover on top of that, they took the lead, and then they got the pick to seal the game for the win for the Chaos. They're going to improve to 3-2. This is a well-fought win for them. They weren't very crisp today, Sean, but they did enough to win the game.
Yes, Michael. They did enough to win. Like you said, they weren't very crisp. They're going to have to, get some things straight for the upcoming weeks. As Adam said, there's 2 big games coming up, for standings into the playoffs. So we'll see, next week what kind of adjustments the Chaos make.
Yeah, they did a really good job today of seeing that win that was in front of them and taking it let's take a look at what's going on with the referees.
One minute and 18
Yeah,
seconds.
they're gonna put a minute and 18 seconds back on the clock.
Wow.
And they went into victory formation and took 2 knees.
Did they take a timeout? The Thunder? No.
I didn't see a signal for a timeout. It's Adam.
Mike-
Do you know what's going on here?
Unless they had another timeout, I don't know.
Like 12
right.
seconds to a minute 18. That's a big
That's a
discrepancy.
huge difference. I mean, one
And
is
now
game
it's third and 10.
Right. One is game over, and the other one is you're going to give the opponent some time here.
I will say that, I've run the scoreboard before, and believe me, it's not as easy as it may seem, especially when you have to pay attention to the ref all day. And this has not been an easy day. I've been watching the ref. He has not been giving a lot of visual clues as to what to do
Information,
with the
yeah.
clock.
No.
And after that last knee, he really didn't do anything to tell what to do. So
Yeah, we've
Right.
had some issues here trying to figure out what some of the calls are. and everything
Exactly.
down
Hey, Mike, did they get a chance to talk to you before the game? No. So we just asked Mike Jaco, who's running the PA and doing the scoreboard. And typically, a lot of times, a referee would come up to that person and say, "Hey, this is what I'm going to do. These are the hand signals. I want you to look at me." They actually didn't talk to Mike, so he's kind of running off of the fly, and without that proper communication, it makes it tough on everybody's job here. So you can see why we have a discrepancy. Without that proper communication, we're having some issues up here in the press box. And I'm not sure also what's going on right now there.
Mike,
Some of the refs are talking to the Chaos
been-
coaches. I'm confused.
I'm sure they're asking why all that time is being put back on the clock.
if they gave the Thunder another timeout, which it seems like that's what they're doing, that means that the Chaos will then kneel this, and then they have another 30 seconds for the play clock. Or it's 40, I'm sorry. 40 seconds for the play clock, which means the Chaos will have to punt.
And that's now, if you're the Chaos, see, that's the thing. The strategy could have changed. I mean, at that point, you're kneeling most of the time, but like I said, that's a minute and 6 seconds difference there.
Right. That's a
that,
huge difference.
maybe they don't take 3 straight knees. Maybe they run the ball.
Well, right. If they had realized that, I guarantee you that they wouldn't have taken knees. They would have tried to get that first down, because if they got that first
Seals
down,
the-
then it 100% that calls the game, and that does seal the deal, Sean.
He did not ask for the time to start winding, but he did whistle the ball into play. So
So we're
Is-
running now.
no,
No?
he did not ask for it to run. So that means that they gave them a timeout.
That's
So
interesting.
now the clock starts running on the snap.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is going to be an interesting play call here for the Chaos. You'd have to think that they're going to run the ball. They're not going to take a knee, because if they take a
No.
knee, that's going to mean they're going to have to punt it just a little bit further. They're not going to throw the ball, because that's going to stop the clock. So they're going to have to run the ball here, and it's going to be very predictable for the Thunder to stop this play.
Well, it looks like they might not.
Not.
And that's a first down, Mike, and that's going to do it.
Well, that'll do it. just as I said that was going to be too predictable as a run, he, it showed me right.
And for Jarrell Johnson to kind of end it there on that.
And that's
That
what your
run.
and that's what your team leader does. And like I said before, Jarrell Johnson, he's the director of player personnel. He did exactly what you would envision doing on that play. He got about 15 yards. He got that first down. He moved the change, which basically salts this game away for the Chaos, because now what are they going to do, Sean? The best formation in football. What is
the
it?
best feeling in the world, Mike. Victory formation.
That is right.
And I want to put this out there before the game gets going and you guys start doing the post game. The Chaos had a different opponent for this game, someone not of the caliber of the Thunder, and because of
Whoa.
what happened.
Okay, you take it
Uh-oh.
easy.
They're getting chippy again. Number 99 for the Thunder is getting a little angry about things when the game's over, and this should be it.
Mike, that's the most I've seen from him all game.
Because of the way the game went last year and the fact that the Chaos want to play top competition, they took this game, even though they knew that it was going to be a tougher year, and they're 2-2 right now, so they certainly could have went the easier road. They also their game with the Raiders early on in the season that they lost got called about half the game. Both teams were playing non-league teams later on in the season during the same week, and the Chaos went, hey, we want to play them again. So that's just the type of team the Chaos is. They want to play the best teams.
And that's the game. With the final
Yeah, so we really appreciate that insight, Adam. That was absolutely great. We really appreciate you being able to sit with us here today and kind of get a little bit more insight as to what's going on within the league, within the players, how everything's going, and we really appreciate you sitting in with us today.
Well, I really appreciated the opportunity. You guys were, fantastic. The presentation is fantastic, and we had a really good game to watch, and, I'm glad that everybody had a good time.
Yeah, and on top of that, we get to go home happy.
Absolutely.
And
Hey,
that's exactly what we wanted to see. It was a little dicey there for a few moments in the third and fourth quarters, but the Chaos did exactly what they needed to do to pull out the game, to get that W, a much-needed W, because there's a huge difference, Sean, between 3-2 and 2-3.
like we said, I said it before, there's a huge difference. And like Adam said, they got two big games coming up here with the Cowboys and the Wolves. So going into those games 3-2 instead of 2-3 gets a little momentum going in the Chaos's direction and gets a little confidence going into those two games as well.
Yeah, it's all about getting that confidence, getting that ball rolling with football teams. And you see it all the time. A team will struggle, and then all of a sudden they have that one breakthrough win, and that propels them to just keep going and play some great football. So you'd love to see this win, a hard-fought win here tonight at Benedictine University, for the Chaos to take this and to just kind of roll with it. So we're going to send it down here to Jen Liner. Jen, who are you with?
All right, thanks, guys, so much. So I'm here with Mike, number 2 here for the Chicago Chaos. Sorry about that. You played a heck of a game. You had 3 picks tonight. You played your butt off. You guys won. It was an awesome game. The energy was crazy. So what do you feel you could have did better, or talk to me?
That 96-yard drive we gave up for them to tie it, that was probably the worst drive we've had as a defense, so we should probably clean that up. But hats go off to the special teams.
Right.
I don't get that last pick if they don't make that play, so
Right.
that was a hell of a play by them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you definitely, you scored a touchdown. I mean, you were getting it in tonight. You really were. Good game, seriously. All right. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Jen, for getting a chance to talk with the player of the game, Mike Valenti. I mean, do you have anybody else who could conceivably be that guy tonight, Sean?
I can't see anybody else. I mean, he made such an impact on the defensive side of the ball with the 3 interceptions, the one, of course, to seal the game. So, no, Mike Valenti is my pick.
Yeah, I mean, from first snap, Mike Valenti. Pick on that first offensive play for them, and then on top of that, afterwards, he had the pick to seal the deal. So you really have to hats off to him. He did a fantastic job of working at the end of the game and not giving up. At some point in time in a slugfest like this, you could conceivably give up as a football player, especially with all the penalties and the fact that some of your teammates have been thrown out of the game. So for him to keep plugging, and to make those huge plays, Sean, that was so important for that defense.
Absolutely. Like we said, he was a huge impact on the defensive side of the ball. He made a difference in the game. And not only him, but the Chaos, the whole team, they chipped away. It got a little chippy. They hung in there, and they got the victory tonight.
Yeah, so they did a really good job here tonight of fighting, battling, making sure that every down counted. And at the end of the day, they came out on the right side of the score, so they won the game 34-28. The Chicago Chaos improved to 3-2. The Thunder dropped to 1-1. And again, this is exactly what you wanted to see. These games aren't won easily. You have to grind it out, and we saw the grind. So they're going to come out next week. They're going to be against the Madison Wolves. It's going to be another tough game. Like Adam said, the Chaos aren't afraid of competition. They want to play the best teams that are available to them. They could have went with an easier schedule. They opted not to. And I think in the long run, Sean, that's going to benefit them when they make the playoffs.
Absolutely, Mike. I mean, you have to beat the best to be the best, and they've been the best for 4 straight years. They're going to try to make it 5.
All right, so that was another edition of Chicago Chaos Baseball. I'm Michael Chen here with football. I'm sorry. I'm Michael Chen here with Sean Freeberg. Thank you to Jen Liner, who's our sideline correspondent, and our producer, Christopher Labasco. Have a good night, everybody.